Okay, guys, let's go over exponents and scientific notation. First of all, let's evaluate exponential expressions. So number one, we have 2 to the 4th. So this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and then we're going to pair up our factors, and we have 4 times 4. This gives us 16. And number two, we have negative 2 to the 4th. So this is negative, and then it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. The negative is not part of the base. The exponent of 4 is only attached to the 2, so we don't expand the negative. So we have negative, and then we have 4 times 4, which gives us negative 16. Number 3, we have negative 2 to the 4th. So this time the negative is included with the base. So 4 is attached to the negative 2. So we do expand the negative along with the 2. So we're going to circle some pairs, and we get negative times negative is positive. So we get 4 times 4 gives us 16. So be careful whenever the negative is included or is not included. For number 4, anytime we have a factor raised to the power of 0, it's really that number divided by itself, which gives us 1. Number 5, we have negative 7 to the 0. Our base is 7. The 0 is only attached to the 7, so we have negative 7 divided by itself. So we have negative 1. Number 6, we have negative 7 raised to the 0. This time the base is negative 7, so the 0 is attached to the negative 7. So we have negative 7 divided by itself, which gives us positive 1. 7 and 8, we are asked to write the expressions using an exponent. So number 7, there are two different ways we can write this. We have negative c to the 3rd times d to the 3rd. The negative is not included, or we have 3 c's and 3 d's being multiplied, so we can put those together and raise it to the power of 3 with our negative out front. So either one of these is correct. What is not correct is negative c times d to the 3rd. This is only showing one c being multiplied, and we have 3. Number 8, we're taking a look at a fraction, and anytime we have a fraction as the base, it must be in parentheses, so we include the 2 and the 3 as part of the base. So we have 2 over 3 raised to the 4th power, and the negative is not part of the base. We just have this single negative out front. Now let's simplify. So 9, 10, and 11, we are going to apply the product rule, which says to add exponents. So we have 2 factors of n, and we can make it into one factor. So we have 3 plus 2, which is 5. So we have n to the 5th. Number 10 is w to the negative 2 times w to the 4th. Our factor is w. We add our exponents, and we get positive 2. Number 11, we have a factor of k, and we add exponents, and we get negative 4. We can't have a negative exponent, so we reciprocate it and get 1 over k to the 4th. Number 12, we're going to use 12, 13, and 14. We're going to use the quotient rule, which says subtract the top exponent minus the bottom. So we have a factor of n, and we're subtracting 6 minus 2, and that gives us 4. Number 13, we have a factor of w, and we have 5 minus negative 1. That gives us an exponent of 6. Number 14, we have a factor of k, and we have negative 2 minus 6. That gives us negative 8. So we're going to reciprocate that to have a positive exponent. Number 5, we have power to a power, so we are going to multiply. So a power to a power, we multiply exponents. So we're going to have 2 times 3. So we have n to the 6th Number 16, we have w to the negative 5, and we reciprocate that to 1 over w to the 5. And 17, we have k to the positive 8. Now let's simplify these three. We're going to use the product rule, the quotient rule, and the power to a power. So 17, we have our coefficient. 7 times 3 is 21. We have our factor of n. We add exponents to get negative 2. So we have 21 over n to the positive 2. Number 19, we're going to simply simplify our fraction, 18 over 12. 6 can divide into both of these, so we get 3 halves. And then we have our n. And then we have 6 minus 2 gives us 4. It's positive, so it stays at the top with a 3. Number 20, we have a power to a power. Remember, every factor has its own exponent, so if it's not there, write it in. We are going to distribute the 3 to each power, so we have 2 to the third and k to the negative 12. 2 to the third can be evaluated to 8. K to the negative 12 reciprocates to become positive 12. Okay, now let's move into scientific notation. We're going to write these scientific into standard. Remember, if it's a positive exponent, we're making a large number, so we're going to move our decimal to the right 5 times. So 6, and we move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the exponent tells us how many times to move the decimal. Number 22, our exponent is negative, so we're going to make this a small number by moving it to the left 4 times. So we're going to move it 1 and then add 3 zeros in front of that. The next two, we're going to write to scientific notation. So here we have this very large number. Our decimal's at the end. We need to move the decimal, so we have a number that's between 1 and 10. So that's going to be 9.351 times 10 to the positive. We moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Number 24, we need to move our decimal so that we have a number between 1 and 10. So that's going to be 6.04. That's between 1 and 10 times 10 to the negative, and we moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do a little application with scientific. When we multiply, we simply multiply the coefficient. So I'm going to have 5.7 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21, carry your 2. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. It's 1 decimal place, so we have 17.1 times 10, and we're going to add exponents because we have the same base. That's the product rule. We have to tweak this because this number is not between 1 and 10, so we're going to decrease that and make it 1.71 times 10. So if we decreased this sign, we have to increase this exponent to a 9. 26, we are dividing, so we have to divide 3.2 by 8, so top goes in the box. So we get 0.4 times 10. We're going to subtract exponents using the quotient rule. Again, we need to tweak this one. This is not between 1 and 10, so we're going to increase this left side, so we decrease the right side. And if you just want to say 4 times 10, that is fine as well. When we are adding and subtracting, we have to convert these to standard, line up decimals, add or subtract, and then put it back into scientific. So here we have 7. We're going to move the decimal 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 4.2, we're moving the decimal 3 times. So we move it 1, 2, 3. Line up your decimals and add 0, 0, 2, 4, 0, and 7. That's our answer, but now we need to convert it to scientific. 7.042 times 10, and we moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 8, we're subtracting, so let's convert this to standard. So we're going to move the decimal 3 places to the left. So 1, 2, and then 5, 8. Minus, we're going to move this decimal 4 places to the left, so we move it 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have to line up decimals. So we have 3 zeros and then 4. And then we're going to subtract starting at the end. 8 minus 4 is 4. 5 minus 0 is 5. 0, 0, and our decimal. Convert it to scientific. So we're going to have 5.4 times 10 to the negative 1, 2, and 3. And I hope this helps.